Hello everyone and welcome back to the Brightworks. I finally got a chance to play on this epic new map that we have here. Forgetting the name already. Ascendancy. Ascendancy version 1.0 just dropped into the game and I've been super stoked about playing it. I love when we get new maps in here. There's always some cool stuff to check out. So I figured I'd show you some of my gameplay. I took a cursory look at a game on this map, and I was a little disappointed with how the northern part of this map went. So I decided I would give it a shot, do my best, and we'll see how things go. Now I really wanted to watch this match also for my own sake because I wanted to see what happened in this game. But I figured I'd show all of you as well and take you along for the ride. So anyway, why don't we meet our team leaders spawning on the western side. For our red team, we have KCO Dark. Keiko Dark? KCO Dark? We'll call you KCO Dark. That sounds a lot better. KCO Dark going for that forward bot lab and getting that reclaim bot out as soon as possible. That's absolutely necessary on this map. You can see there is tons and tons of metal here. Our little widget should kick in anytime now, but there's over 1,000 metal up north here. Each of these little rock piles is a couple hundred metal. If you take a look at that, 255, 134. It's all like a couple hundred metal from every single one of those rock piles. So it's super, super important to get those early resurrection and reclaim bots out. You can see I made one as well, and I'm sending it up north. This was my strategy, was to go for 3 ticks, send them up north to counter whatever might come out from the player. I'm going to be going up against Teleologic. Very skilled player. Love playing against them. Good sport, too. But spawning on the eastern side for the blue team, our blue team leader, we have Wetzel's Pretzels. No, it's Wes PL, but whenever I see this name, I always think of Wetzel Pretzel. I hope they watch this video or something, and they can they can let me know if that's even remotely close. But it was certainly a good name regardless. And they're going to be our blue team leader today. Our widget has kicked in, and you can see all of the metal values around the map being eaten up really tremendously. Ooh, the hot pink player, Nazah, also doing a phenomenal job of eating up the rocks on the blue team's side here. So that's a really nice move. It's denying us economy while also providing economy for themselves. So that's actually really nice. I'd love to see Resbots eating up this stuff as well, all this good stuff. Yeah, that'd be super, super important. Isn't ARM just better at making a lineup here with ticks? That's a good question. Obviously I didn't have access to spectator chat, so I can finally read this now. But I'm not sure. I think Cortex is better because they can build the Cerberus, but Armada is better certainly because they can get those ticks out really quickly. At this point I was hiding the ticks behind the boulder. The hero tick. He manages to bring down the massive grunt and managed to save the day. I was really proud of that. That really shouldn't have happened. That grunt absolutely should have won out against that tick. But I was lucky enough that it didn't. You can see Resbots all over the map here. And you can see that there's just aggression all over the place. You get into these higher skill lobbies and it's aggro right off the bat from everywhere. You hear more general warfare going on. There is a blitz right here. Oh, whoa, Demon Dread. Missing the D-gun here. Does lose the amphibious constructor for it, and that is quite a pain. Gonna have to produce one more of those. Some more units were trying to sneak through over there, but it looks like they will be shut down. This Resbot paid for its reclaim with its life, but certainly it was worth it. The amount of reclaim that it was able to get before it died was absolutely tremendous. I'm thinking mostly I want to start getting into heavier units, so I'm making maces, rocketeers, and resbots. This is actually my go-to composition if I want like a tanky army. I build 5 maces, 2 rocketeers, and a resbot. If I want something lighter and faster, I'll build 5 pawns, 2 rocketeers, and a resbot. It's pretty easy. Now I was really fortunate that the commander here, Teleologic, was marching up so slowly. And it did mean that my Resbot was able to actually go capture a lot of this metal and bring it back to my side before Teleologic here had a chance to get up. My commander is almost to the front line, and so that is going to be important to capture this. And I think going forward, this is going to be a really crucial spot on the map. Especially for Cortex commanders, because again, that Cerberus, it could probably shoot the entire map. Oh, look at that skybox right there. Whoa, look at that. That's kind of an epic scene, isn't it? Wow. That's a really cool skybox right there. Well, anyway. My goggling over artwork aside, Nizah has done an excellent job of capturing this forward area. Kuchi is pushed back right now, and that is going to be a tremendous disadvantage for metal as far as that goes because, well, 3 metal extractors beats 1, and certainly this is important to contest here. A bit of a pain because Kuchi really should be fighting this battle down south, but their commander is up north, and the commander for the blue player, Wetzel here, does or Wes PL doesn't have their commander out on the field, which is a bit odd. And so these units here don't really have a way to be pushed back. Kuchi does take down one of the metal extractors. A bunch of rascals, or no, those would have been rovers here. Jumping in on Avocado's commander, trying their very best to get some value out here. Blitz is also getting a little bit of value against these pawns, using the construction vehicles, a little bit of a shield. Worried about this while he goes water. Ah, there is a naval lab out. That's interesting. We've seen that in the other game on the other match on this map that we've seen, and yeah, they went naval as well, which is quite interesting. I think one amphibious constructor would probably be sufficient here, rather than an entire naval lab, which is 600 metal. But what do I know? Here we've got the Overwatch tearing down some of these light laser turrets, being absolutely devastating here. Elm going to be in charge of holding this line for me. Making sure that it doesn't crumble. The thugs, or rather the maces, are already out on the field. Rocketeers are stepping forward. Teleologic starting to turtle up with those light laser turrets, and that's exactly what these Rocketeers are good for. Tearing down those early defenses, making sure that they can go down slowly. Really, you can see the metal disadvantage coming out here, just in the amount of units that I'm able to field. As opposed to Teleologic, who had to start them up a whole lot later, which does mean that with mine out on the field, I can start collapsing his front lines a whole lot sooner. Resbot's also really important in this composition, because when your units go down, they cost a whole lot more metal, and it's really important that you get them back up and running in the field. Anyways, down south, a little bit of a push here. Looks like Wes Pretzel. What? Wes PL. Maybe there is a way to properly pronounce that isn't Wetzel's Pretzels, but I'm going to lovingly call you Wetzel's Pretzels. For anybody who might not know, Wetzel's Pretzels is I guess you would call it a fast food chain, but it's not really, it's just pretzels. They just do pretzels and pretzel-like things. And yeah, when they're around, they're absolutely delicious, but they're really hard to find. They're like almost exclusively in malls and other shopping centers. I have no idea how prominent Wetzel's Pretzels is. I don't know if that's like a that's like a West Coast thing, or if that's like that's all around the world. Maybe I'm accidentally geo revealing myself here, but that's fine. It's worth it to talk about Wetzel's Pretzels. Commander did go down here. Looks like that was Kuchi's commander, which was caught by a bunch of units from Avocado. And with the amount of resbots that we're going to see out on this map, just in general, because of all that reclaim. Yeah, that commander's going to get eaten up real quick. We already have the resbots here. I'd love to see them stepping forward, eating up this 1.6 thousand metal laying there on the field. It's actually a really dangerous army pushing forward here. We have a bunch of T1 medium tanks, but the Janices are jumped on top of. Really nicely done, jumping on the Janices first and then taking care of the medium tanks. The medium tanks are much slower, much easier to burst down, and that is tons and tons and tons of metal that is going to be left on the pink player's side here. You can see almost, yeah, a little over 1,000 metal, all said and done. And once that's reclaimed, it's definitely going to be a tremendous advantage. Loads of blue units here that are just not being used. Huge pawn push right here. Tons and tons of them grouped up to try and break through here. Some friendly fire from the rockets there, but that's all well and good. We do see some beamers coming up and online here, which is quite nice. Somehow we have a grave robber, but we have an Armada faction. Maybe we resurrected the grave robber with some Lazaruses or something. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, Nizah has a absolutely tremendous army here. Tons of pawns, as well as the Rocketeers for that long-range fire support. Now the blue army is menacing, but it needs to be spread out properly. This is kind of, yeah, we don't really want to drag these to points. We want to be dragging them out in a big line like this. Get that nice concave formation that really lets you be effective here. Ooh, a huge blitz run by. Oh, this could be absolutely crippling. Oh. Janus gets an excellent shot, tears down a whole bunch of them. Looks like we accidentally all army hotkeyed these back. We just selected all of our blitzes and it accidentally shut those down. Oh, the blitzes find a player that was teching up back here. Though Zumpt was just going for a tech lead. And the blitz is getting to the back line. Fiends. We need Fiends out now. ASAP. Pronto. On the double. The Fiends don't come out. Oh, there they are. A little too slow, though, as the fusion reactor was taken down, as well as the T2 constructor here. The blitzes move along to continue doing some damage, and they do find another target back here in the form of Demon Dread's main base. They get into the back line, absolutely ravaging the production centers here. They take down all of the windmills, or they should anyways. There we go. The windmills chain react and go up in smoke. The production facility is left completely ravaged with a single builder to its name. Yeah, the windmills are all going to be destroyed. This was a devastating hit right there. Wouldn't be surprised if that turns the game. Here we've got tanks moving forward. And by moving forward, I mean moving backward. Directions are hard, okay? Maces and pawns and Janus, oh my. Everything is collapsing in here from the yellow player, and it is forcing the entire blue team back in the middle of the map. Here we have a scout plane that was sent out. The Watcher, the advanced radar plane. That's actually an amphibious aircraft plane, so that must have been made... yep, back here we do have these seaplanes. We also have some gunships out and about, 3 of these cutlasses. The Cortex gunship. You can see I won the battle up here, but I definitely didn't capitalize on it properly. I used it to tech up, get some teching happening, but that clearly wasn't the right move here. Yeah, I should have just built a forward bot lab and kept the pressure high. I think that probably would have been ideal. Wow, this pressure in the middle of the map is absolutely devastating. All of these pawns are just pushing through. Looks like we teched a little too early. I think I'm officially diagnosing that as the reason that there's so much damage happening right now. All of us went for tech way too early, and I think that led to an increase in units on the other side that we weren't able to hold. You can see these pawns moving forward, and they are devastating the backline here. Windmills go up in smoke. Energy converters follow shortly after. These gunships eager to get their little riot cannons on whatever they can find back here. Oh, this chainsaw was almost up, but the constructors lost interest, and so it will not finish today. Unfortunate. That could have been absolutely critical here. As it looks like HK Lineman has abandoned the game, abandoned the match here. WesPL's base lights up as well, as the energy converters, which are right next to the windmills, do cause a huge chain reaction, and it does not take much more to set them off in a glorious explosion of light and fire. I can be pretty proud that the northern half of this map was basically untouched. Yeah, but not very interesting up there. Nazah is moving forward with the commander of all things and just degunning whatever we can on this side. Absolutely devastating here. We degun the production. The commander does fall, but it's definitely done its dirty work. Now the entire center of the map has completely caved. These gunships are ravaging the backlines, and at this point, there is not much left in the center of the map. I finally get T2 production up and running. I've been overflowing metal for quite a while here. More build power would have been the solution. Getting some butlers building wind turbines on maps with decent wind power is always really useful. But you can see we have no choice but to resign, with most of our map being completely caved in. Well, that was exciting to go back and look at exactly what was going on in this game. I absolutely love this map. I have so much to learn about how to play this map. I think if I play this map again, I definitely need to go Cortex so that I can get a Cerberus up on top of this this place up here. But other than that, I think units are going to be the name of the game. Units always win, and the other team, the red team, just showed us that units are always going to win out here in the end. You can see these graphs were fairly even. It was just in the end of that match there, you could see those blitz run bys, those pawn run bys. Eventually, they overwhelmed the economy, and so kudos to the red team for keeping that pressure high, and making sure that they did not collapse under the weight. Anyways, thanks a ton for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Peace out.